It's showtime at Homestead, Miami.
Andre Baranowskis at the line, steals it in the Indy 250.
Line and the BACS are in trouble, and they go. Gordon to the wall, jumps right around.
Side by side on the final lap, coming to the checkered flag.
Steve Morgan, the last half, and the victory in Las Vegas.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
And hello everybody, and welcome here tonight to the running of the AutoZone Music City 400 here. We're at the Nashville SuperSpeedway. Yes, not the fairgrounds, the SuperSpeedway. We had to switch that up after some technical issues and such things that'll go forever unnoted. But we are here tonight at the Nashville SuperSpeedway for 75 laps under the lights on this 4th of July Independence Day weekend here on the Sunday night prime time here. Another night race here. We seem to be having a recurring theme of those early on in this year, but I'm joined along in the booth again for the second time this year with Marty Johnson here for the call of tonight's race. And we are here. So Marty, when we get this race going here, when this race and these guys come to the line here, take the green, what are you looking out here for tonight when this race goes green for 75 laps under the lights?
Well, I'm looking for a lot of passing on the low side. That's where the racing line, all the grip's going to be here on the racetrack, as we saw back in qualifying. Expect as well a two-stop race if we do get a yellow as well, which I believe we will get. Maybe possibly near the end, you can see someone making a third stop for the fresh tires. But we'll see what happens. It should be a good one tonight.
No, it should definitely. We'll take a quick look here at the points, assuming I do the right thing and get it up on the screen, edited in Premiere. Take a look here through the first 3 races of the season. All 3 of the race winners in the top 4. Angel Oliveira and Dylan Wilson are tied for the points lead at 33 points. You got Josh Williamson at 31. Christopher Alphaby, fresh off his Daytona 500 win, at 26 points. Then Alexander Rowe, Ryan Durrani, Zidell making out the top 7. The top 14 drivers in points, separated by only 25 points, which is 1 race win and 1 guy finishing outside the points. So it is an extremely close field here early on here in the season. But we are about set to get rolling here under the lights. It's the pace car. Just waiting here for the pace car to get rolling. In just 1 second here. Here we go here, 75 laps under the lights tonight. See if everybody rolls off the grid here. Who do you got winning tonight under the lights here in the Music City?
I mean, be biased, but I think picking up until he finally gets a win. I'm going to go with my man Justin Zidell is going to get it done tonight.
It should be a good pick. That 88's looked strong out all year. I'm going to go with Robbie Noonan. I think he's had a struggling start to the year. I think they're going to turn it around there. That 79 camp here tonight. But here we go. Pace cars pulled away for the 2nd week in a row. It's Casey Clifton. He leads us to the green. We're racing in Nashville. They're side by side through the first cup. They're side by side all the way through the field. The lap 1's in the books here at Nashville. It's Clifton out in front of Chase Buck, but they are getting all stacked up and wadded behind them.
It's getting pretty rowdy, man, but let me tell you, Casey Clifton got a whale of a start there. Going to turn 3, I thought he was going to take it way wide, but he dived in the corner, and it worked out perfectly for him. So he got a nice lead. Pass for 2nd. Zidell makes their move.
Zidell, I think he started about 6th or 5th or 7th.
He started 5th.
So he's already 5th all the way up to 2nd in just the first 2 laps. He's got a fast number 88 holding here tonight. And you got Usman Hamid, Chase Buck. Thomas Lipscomb started outside of front row. He has already been shuffled back. He's about to be shuffled out of the points. Not a good start at all here tonight for the 48 team. Just got caught up on the outside and has just been shuffled back ever since. Everybody diving around on the inside, and he's going to lose some more spots.
Look at that. That Zidell losing a bunch of spots, I think that is, in the 88 car. What I think happened was he got bumped on the way in turn 3 for 2nd spot. A little bit too early, though, to use the bumpers here.
No, it is, but I mean, you see a lot of guys already getting really aggressive. Zidell looks like he might just be getting a little loose there. sliding up the track. Oh, do we have cars in the wall? We have cars in the wall. Sound like we might have had somebody in the wall.
Nope, we're still green, I think. I saw the lights.
Oh.
Nope, we got yellow.
Oh, we have a caution in the back of the pack. Oh, Angel Olvera, our point leader, is absolutely destroyed. Alexander Rowe, Davey Johnson. It is the
Got up then.
Faden. Well, it is the big one here at Nashville SuperSpeedway. Already, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars already destroyed here. Pit stops. Ooh.
Everyone except 2 drivers are going to stay out. That's pretty interesting. I don't blame them for staying out, though, because we're just about 4 laps in, about to be 5 here. So, good call by those up front, especially Zidell trying to get that track position here. I think these drivers are just going to top off and either take 2 tires or gas only.
Take a look here. Interesting strategy calls early. So you got 4 guys staying out. Both of the Smith Motorsports machines, the 77 of Brett Sierra and the Daytona 500 legend himself, Dustin Davis. Take a look here. Usman Hamid leads him down to pit road. Let's see here what they do. Let's see what some of these guys do. So, see Lightning's in the pits. Williamson. See 2 tires. Definitely doing right sides on everybody. So Dale Lightning did right sides only. And Dale Lightning's going to get out pretty early. He's going to get a big jump. Hamid's. So we got more split strategy. Not only we got split strategy up front, we got split strategy on pit road. Chase Buck takes 4. Lipscomb. But all these guys, Dale Lightning, Alpha B, Noonan, Barretto, Fitzwater, Lipscomb, Dylan Wilson, Monaco, Nelson. I think most of these guys just only took 2 tires and fuel. So that's going to be interesting here.
So I believe, what's that, the top 4 that stayed out on that run?
Top 4, Clifton, Zidell, Davis, Sierra, all stayed out. And then about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to say probably, I didn't catch everybody, we're going to say Usman Hamid's the first car I know for sure on 4 tires. So let's say somewhere from the next 6 to 8, no, more like about the next dozen or so stayed out, or took 2 tires and gas only, but under caution here, first time of the night, lap 6 to 75. We're going to be right back here. We're going to take a look and see what exactly went down here to bring out the caution. First caution of the night here in the AutoZone Music City 400. Under caution here for the first time of the night here. Incident down in turns 1 and 2. Watch the 75 of Olvera. He slides high. They're going 3 wide behind, and then Patrick Smith, probably not the best choice of timing for him, shoves it in there, makes it 4 wide, and look at that ride that 75 car goes for. Incredible.
Luckily that car didn't go upside down, but it looked like as well before the 11 had no room. It looked like Upton may have bumped Olvera out of the way, so that's kind of interesting.
Let's take a look here. Maybe right on board of Scott Upton, see what happened there. But a bunch of good cars torn up here. Our points leader, Angel Olvera. So, I mean, that is significant here. We were talking about it earlier. He's probably not getting any points out of the night. But we'll be right back. We're going to take a look at the onboard here from Scott Upton and see what exactly happened here.
Just barely. And then looking slow-mo, look at that 75 car into the fence it goes. Hoping all those campers on the back straightaway are okay, even though most of them are buses. But scary accident.
Now one more time here in real time, just too early for that. You know, at the end of the day, a little too early for that. And that is 1, 2, 3, that's about 8 cars there torn up already early in the going. Except Brett Sierra. I don't know if Brett Sierra actually got any damage. It looks like he avoided it all, but... Well, first caution of the day, and it brought pit strategy along with it. We're going to be right back for the restart here in the AutoZone Music City 400. Alright, so here we are coming to the restart. It's going to be lap 9 of 75 when we get the green. First 4 guys stayed out. About the next 10 or so back to Usman Hamid took 2. And then from Usman Hamid on back, looks like everybody took 4. Where do you want to be on this restart, given the split strategy that occurred?
Probably be within 34 cars in the lead right now, even though it was 5 laps in, that these drivers pitted and just topped off on fuel and tires on either the right or the left. But it should be a long run with it being a single fire restart. Let's just see.
Here we go. Back to the green flag as Clifton, Zidell, Dustin Davis, Brett Sears already looking He's trying to look to the outside, see if he's got anything going. And Thomas Lipscomb's getting extremely aggressive. He wants to make back as much of that track position as he lost in the early going back as quickly as he can. It's going to be interesting to see how those guys on 4 tires, how quickly they can get back to the field. But up front, it's Seidel, it's Clifton. Like you said, clean air is king. Even on old tires, you know, you do always want to be up front, and these two are showing it right now.
Seidel got a little bit tight there in 3 and 4, but he's getting a little bit of a nice draft there off that 34 of Clifton. He may look to the inside here. Here he goes.
You go for the lead. Is he going to clear him? It's going to be side by side. Clifton wiggles.
Here comes that 70 as well. Justin Davis for the runner-up spot. That Kit Kat car looking pretty good. He may even take the lead out before no he can.
He is not quite there yet. It's going to be interesting, too. Dale Lightning and Christopher Alphaby, first guys who did take tires, slided into the picture. Seidel leads that lap, but don't look down. Davis is back to the inside. He wants to take his share of the lead.
He's got it now. Look at Trey Wright. Could get bumped out of the way by Dale Lightning in the battle for 3rd position off of 2. That doesn't work, but Lightning trying to look to the inside of that Twix car.
Oh, big dive down there into the corner. Dale Lightning showing no fear here early in the going. Thomas Lipscomb, he's sneaking up in there. Alphaby, the Daytona 500 winner. You've got I think that's the top 7 all broken away here.
Then you got the Oklahoma Land Rush for 8th position on back. It looks like as well, Matt, when these drivers are side by side in the turns, the low line gets a big advantage on the entryway. But in the middle of the corners, the high side, with how flat this track is, get back on the gas first, but on the exits, the low line that prevails. Slide on up.
I would agree.
You see it right there. It fits water.
No, definitely. The inside's good on corner entry, but you have to time that exit perfectly to get it out because the guys on the high side have a run, but don't look now. Dale Lightning took 2 tires on the stop, and you can see he is putting them to use. He has moved all the way back up here to 2nd position. So he make that pass on Seidel heading into 3.
That looks like he's got it right now. Yeah, Seidel just decides to let him go by. Justin trying to see if he can get a crossover off of 34. Holding his line, though, in the corners, but losing some time at the moment. Meanwhile, though, out front, Justin Davis in the 70. Currently not a meme. Isn't it ironic, by the way, at the top 2, both candy bars, you got Kit Kat and then Twix. I'll mention this, though. Hershey's or Ghirardelli is so much better than that stuff.
Well, you do have a civil war of the chocolate bars here up front, and then a man on a mission, Justin Seidel, who's had a runner-up, a bunch of laps led at New Smyrna, a DNF at Daytona. He's had a fast car all year, just isn't put the results together yet. He's looking back to the inside. Kind of interesting here for the guys who took 2 tires. We're going to have to see if we can even step away for a moment. The first guy we believe is on 4 tires is Usman Hamid. He's only sitting in 13th. He has not made up as much time, as I say, as much as 12th, but these guys on 4 tires, they're not moving up as much as you would expect for having that all fresh rubber there on them.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a track where you want the clean air. It's definitely your best friend. Hamid trying to make a pass. One of the Baja Blast cars, I think it is, makes it and nails the pass.
Usman Hamid trying to make his way back up here to the front. Fitzwater Rhodes, Clifton, Lipscomb. Top cars are starting to settle away, but here we go. Seidel, Lightning, and Davis back up front here for the lead. Seidel can't quite close it out in the corners. He can get there on corner entry, but like you were saying, he's not quite good enough there on corner exit yet to be able to pull off the corner and complete the pass.
Yeah, it looks like the leaders, what they're doing in the corners, they're diamonding a lot, going high on the outside, and then getting back on the gas perfectly on the inside. And then here goes Lightning looking for a second. I should mention as well, those candy bars, the guy that sponsors the 88 Speedway, you can buy those candy bars there. So that's another ironic thing you can add to the equation.
There's a battle of everything up front here, and then you got the man, the myth himself, the Daytona 500 champion, Krusty Krab Pizza, Christopher Alphaby, Brett Sierra. Thomas Lipscomb has kind of slipped back a little bit since the restart. Casey Clifton, who's dropped a bit, he's down to P7. Kelly Rhodes, Keegan Thompson. Let's see who else. exciting up front. Dale Lighton is trying. He's trying. You have to give him credit for that. He's trying. But the one downside of 2 tires is after about, say, 5 to 10 laps into a run, you start to lose the advantage of even just having the 2 tires over the guys who stayed out and didn't take any.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You know, I believe we are set closer on the window of frequency, I should say, is 2x, which means you'll have about a 30-35 minute run. And I think right now, when we get to the line, we'll be just about halfway past this run. We're about to hit lap number 20, and look at that, Scott with the lead. Here comes Idell. He's going to be patient.
He's trying. He is trying. Dustin Davis has been enjoying the view out his mirror so far. A lot of guys battling, but Zidell's all over the back bumper of Davis in the 70. He's going to dive down to the inside.
Ooh, that 70 had a nice entryway there. Shuts the door on Zidell. Wow.
Dustin Davis, you got to give this man props. A week ago, was getting shunted around, Kevin LePage all over the field, like we were saying in the intro, the Dustin Davis to Daytona. Did not have a good week last week at Daytona at all, but coming out here, you know, he's putting the foot down here tonight so far in the early going, staying out on that first set of pit stops, and it's so far paid out for him. He has maintained the lead since then. I don't think he's actually lost it since he took it back from the 88, so you got to give the man his props. He's shown a lot of speed here in the early going of this race.
He's up big time, and by critics, I mean Chase Buck.
Chase Buck definitely did not have, overall, between the Daytona 500 and the Rolex Grand Prix, I think Chase Buck had about as bad a weekend as anybody could have down at Daytona. But taking a quick rundown through the field here as we're about 22 laps through this race. See Lightning and Sear battling.
It's getting a little bit wild there with Alpha B. It's like 4 cars under a blanket. There was not any daylight between those bumpers.
They're getting all sorts of crazy down here. Christian Russell, oh, he got a big run in there. Not quite going to get on the corner exit. Got Colton Yo's moving up through the field. Ooh, don't look now. Ousmane Hamid is starting to sneak his way back into the picture. Seems to have a very nice long run car here in the early going. Yeah, Christian Russell has worked his way up. He was upside down on the back straightaway at Daytona last Wednesday night. Wild turn of events for him. Lipscomb, Yo, Clifton, Ousmane Hamid, and then it's Rhodes, Nelson, Brandon Nelson, Equan Haslam, and then Chase Buck just chilling out here in 15th. Obviously not a great run for him. He needs points, but by the same token, any sort of a run, you know, if he can get a weekend free of trouble, that's also what he's trying to look here for. Just staying away from trouble, getting a nice clean race in is just, you know, going to definitely be important to him this week.
Yeah, definitely. Really wants that top 10 because that's where he can use for points. Currently ranked in 5th position. Oh, excuse me. That's not. Oh, you were looking at Buck previously. Now you're looking at
his teammate.
Lipscomb. Yeah, his teammate would like to have a good day as well. Somewhere in the back of the pack. Now, where is the last car in the lead lap? I believe that would be O'Hara based off all the damage she got. I would like to look at the situation with that because I'm surprised we haven't really talked about that. He's actually racing with some of these drivers that don't have damage as well. He just crossed the line. Where's the leader?
He is 8.5 seconds behind the leader, and the leaders are turning 36. Fastest lap is Keegan Thompson with a 36.99. This is the second race in a row. Angel Oliveira has gotten into a wreck and has managed to somehow drive around in a car with no rear end on it. Now this week it's not turning out as favorable as it did for him at Daytona because he was able to nab a top 5 or 6 at Daytona somehow with no rear deck lid on the car, but he's just sitting out back there, staying in the draft. I don't think he's going to be able to score any points tonight, but you know, at the very least, he's logging laps, which is always, you know, always helpful there for the team. But taking a look here, I don't know where he's come from, but Keegan Thompson has worked his way up to 4th. I'm assuming. See, I don't know for certain.
He had to have tires, but I think Keegan Thompson may have one of the best long run cars at the moment. We're under 10 laps now. for pit stop. So I think some of these drivers, oh my goodness, what a move he just put on Lightning. Dang.
Keegan Thompson is, like you said, he has to be on 4 tires because this man's long run car has come alive here.
He is lightning right now at the moment. He can strike at any moment on Zidell. He's probably going to strike here in turn 1, and maybe within 3 laps, he could strike on the 70 of Davis. We'll just have to see.
Well, it's going to be interesting, too. Like we were saying, a fuel window's about 30 to 35 laps. Ooh, Colton Yo looking down there. Fuel window somewhere between 30 to 35. But you have to remember, too, we spent about 4 laps under caution. So strategy-wise, you have to wonder, too, with that caution. Did it play into these 2 guys' hands up front where they may only need to make 1 stop in order to make the entire race?
Thinking about it right now, we're 5 laps out from hitting lap 35, because we said it's about 30 to 35 laps on a run. These drivers will, if we go green to the end, they'll probably have to move about maybe 7 to 10 laps to go, and they'll be good.
It's going to be interesting here. Keegan Thompson got a little loose. Oh, there he is. Oh, never mind. So we were wrong, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Dustin Davis is going to start the pretty short list to pit road. Casey Clifton's along with him. Meanwhile, up front, I think it was Colton Yo.
Yeah, it was Yo at the line. Now, this will be interesting. How long these drivers will go then before they come down pit road, because you got to think here, if these guys go longer, they'll have fresher tires compared to what the 70 will have, and that will put them at a huge advantage after coming out of pit road and get another longer inside run.
Well, it's going to be interesting too. The other thing too,
coming down.
Yeah, Brett Searcy in the background, he's coming down pit road. The other thing too, Justin Zidell, you know, we talk about all the time on green flag stops, how late do you stay out? And the man's now, he's going to be the last one off of pit road out of those 4 guys who had stayed out under that yellow. You got to wonder, is that too much? Is that too little? Is he coming down? Okay, so he does come down this time.
But then no one else, I don't think, came in with them amongst the front 4, so now it turns into the big 3.
So it turns into Colton Yo, Christian Russell, Keegan Thompson, Brandon Nelson, Dale Lightning. And we're going to go back here as, never mind, we're going to jump up here to the lead. We'll catch up on pit stops here in a moment. Russell to the inside, Yo to the outside. 2 guys who have not had good starts to the year. But, you know, as I said, what better time to turn the season around than here in the Music City? It's all, Russell's all over the back of that 2 car, just doesn't have enough.
I think Yo right now just trying to conserve his tires and try and go a few more extra laps. Russell better not be really risky, better follow what Yo is doing and pit when he does. They'd be at the same advantage. Keegan Thompson entering the party as well before they come down the pits. And Thompson slowing down. I think he's coming in this time.
Is he coming to the pits, or did he just get a bad run? But here we go. Oh, I saw Dale Lightning pit off in the background. Okay.
Lightning's coming in.
So, if these guys, so we've got guys pitting only a couple laps later, so everybody pits. So if you do the math, I think that caution might throw strategy out the window then, because at this point, if you're 35 laps in and you've got guys pitting, as all the leaders pit, Christian Russell stays out. Interesting call there.
Now Russell could be at a big advantage. Same with, is that the 18 as well? That's going to be in second of the stripe. Brandon Nelson, yes it will. So these 2 could be in a picture-perfect advantage where they could possibly go the distance. I think that's the game plan for some of these drivers, just to make 1 single stop here and not go 2. Some of these other drivers I pitted earlier, they want that horsepower advantage. They may have to pit again before the white flag is taken or before 5 laps to go comes.
Let's see here.
The 18's going to go an extra lap. Now this gets more interesting.
Brandon Nelson, who tried to roll the dice on gas at New Smyrna and ran out of luck. Davey Johnson off in the background in the 55 is also there too. Brandon Nelson tried this at New Smyrna. Obviously a lot different track than here, but he tried this at New Smyrna. He ran out of luck, only about a mile short of the finish too. The thing is, let's see as he pits.
Now he's coming. Yep. Oh, he got in the grass a little bit.
Oh, a little wide. The thing is, I think he only went about, in total with the caution, I think he only went about 31 laps into the run. I don't know. It's going to be tight for him to see if he can make that out.
Now I think I think right now, because he won't have that horsepower advantage, he won't be the leader when he cycles through. So we'll have to see. I think that 70 of Davis is going to be the provisional leader at the moment.
You're going to see here, I think, and I could be wrong, I believe it's going to be the 70 of Davis with a absolutely colossal lead over the 77 of Brett Sierra. He's going to have about 3.5 to 4 seconds here once we sort this out.
Yeah, I think that the 18 just exited pit road right now. So yeah, he did.
So Nelson's off of pit road. He doesn't have the lead anymore. That's fine for him. Dustin Davis is going to have about almost 4 seconds up on his teammate. Trey Smith loving what he sees right now. Both of his guys 1-2 here at Nashville. It's going to be Keegan Thompson.
No, that's still the Dustin Nelson, I think.
I don't know. That was a different color there. So it's going to be the 70, the 77, Keegan Thompson, Zidell Yo, Casey Clifton, who's worked his way back up, Christian Russell, and Brandon Nelson. Worth pointing out, obviously he was making his way through the field. He only slipped back to 8th for staying out. I don't think, in the long run, I don't think that worked out as bad as it may have looked for him, trying to stretch that a couple extra laps there.
Look at Dale Lightning, probably the biggest loser of all of this. Falls back to 9th position. That's a tough break for him at the moment. So the first one to pit, I believe, was that 70 car, correct?
Dustin Davis was the first guy to pit. Brett Sierra pit about 2 laps later. No, it was...
So Sierra could be at a big advantage at the moment over Davis. In my opinion, right now, the leader is probably going to want a yellow flag to come out. That would definitely change everything. Everyone could cut down one more time and be good.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you want to be in Dustin Davis's spot right now, because Dustin Davis pit first, which means there's no way he can't make it unless he pulls some amazing Brad Keselowski fuel mileage strategy out of his window. I don't think he can make it. This is the guy right here who is worth watching. Him and, I don't know where he ended up, but him and Davey Johnson. Of course, Davey Johnson did have some wreck damage, so we're not sure about him. But Brandon Nelson's the guy to watch, because Brandon Nelson stretched it out, I think, about 2 laps longer than the last guys did. Oh, he gets all over the back of Lightning, and now Bronson Minnick.
Minnick's going to get a double overtake here, so that's pretty good for him.
Bronson Minnick, in one move, just gained about 3 points right there. So big move for him, trying to chip away, get some more points for his team. See up front, the gap's down to 3.4 at the line, 3.2, so Brett Sierra is coming. These guys are in an absolute scrap for the third last podium spot here. You got 4 cars under a blanket here. Yo, Russell, Keegan Thompson, and Casey Clifton. And then you got you got Zidell, Minnick's moving up in the pick. I mean, top 10s. Obviously, the leaders, the front 2 are pretty spread out, but from about third down to 10th, they are getting all wadded up here. So we're past halfway. So we are past halfway here at Nashville. The other thing, too, you would need, doing the math we've done so far, you're probably going to need about, I assume you're probably going to need a caution to fly in the next couple of laps to even have a chance. Or I guess if a caution were to fly, where do you think it needs to fall in order for these guys to make it on just where they're stuck?
Anytime, pretty much, a yellow could come out. That way they could come in and be good. If we do get in the final laps of the race, I don't think they would come in. But if they're probably about like 10 to 15 to go if we did get that yellow, I would probably see these guys stay out again. There goes Idell trying to make a pass here on that left end.
It's going to be interesting here. It's going to be interesting too because if you think about it too, depending on when it falls, the strategy and stuff, you're not going to need tires to make it to the end. You're only going to need fuel, and you're not even going to need that much. So it's one of those, you have to be careful coming down pit road on that final time because it is not, you don't need to be on there for long. You only need a couple seconds and then get out of there and make those last couple of laps to the finish and try and secure the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a battle happening for position over between the 7 and the 61. Third on the track, and the 2 got by both of them.
Colton Yo moving up through there. He's put on a good... Holden as a whole, outside of Justin Zidell, has not had a good run to the season so far, but you've got Zidell who's run good. You've got Colton Yo who's come alive really good here in the last 20-odd laps or so of this race. He's looking really fast. It's going to be interesting, too, to see, because like we were saying, obviously these guys have about 4 or so lap fresher tires. Ooh! Gap for the lead went down from 3.2 to 2.8 that lap. So these guys, they are coming. Dustin Davis's tires are definitely going to wear out before these guys do. And it's going to be interesting to see. You know, these guys definitely are going to have a shot to see who, if they can crack up to Dustin Davis and get a shot to pass him under green.
Yeah, the gap's definitely been going down. This time it goes from
2.7.
But the thing was, they lost top. They didn't gain as much time because they were battling for position.
And I think they're going to do it again. Colton Yo sizing up that 12 all over the back. Can't get it down there. Like it's kind of odd because in qualifying it was looking like the inside was going to be the preferred lane, but that middle high line is definitely the way to work around this track here, as we see that as we've gotten later into these runs.
And if you look closely in the background, there's lap traffic ahead, so Davis could have an issue gained by, who is that? Is that the 54 machine? It is Kelly Rhodes.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't believe Kelly Rhodes. Was there an accident that we missed or that didn't get flagged?
That may have been, you know what? That may have been from all the smoke that didn't bring the yellow. They may have stayed there and saw that. Pardon me. What? As we're recording, what day is this going to be uploaded?
I remember there was a race we recently did where there was some crazy. I think it was Chicagoland in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, or there was some crazy races here recently that had some wild wrecks. It was Patrick Smith. It was Patrick Smith in the 30 car at Chicagoland. Took a huge ride, and then somehow, for some reason, the AI decided not to throw a yellow. But we're gonna see here.
I'll just say it for the heck of it as it comes out before. I apologize. In the new Cup Series race at Pocono, Johnny Garner was having an issue as a lap car and got punted out of the way by Tristan Allen. It caused a huge stack up, and all of a sudden you see C.J. Williams, Tyler Marco, and Tristan Allen go up into the inside wall. It looks like one of them's going to be screened, especially Allen, but somehow they saved it, and we were still green for about a third of a lap until Garner got spun in turn 2.
Well, definitely was a good race there, but we're going to see here. Gap is down to 1.29 seconds, so Dustin Davis has definitely lost some of that edge he had gained from the clean air. And it's definitely, the tires are playing into Bronson Minnick's favor here. He definitely has the tires now later in this run to do that. Gap's down to 1.29, and it's closing even more. And he got around the 54 and the 61. These guys got around the lap car way faster than Dustin Davis did at the stripe. As the time resets, oh, it's 0.7 seconds. It's not if, it's when now.
Davis is in trouble here. He's going to have to play a lot of defense here as we're coming to 21 to go.
Dustin Davis, I mean, he's made his whole race here today. Clean air and playing the strategy, staying out the longest, but it might be starting to come to bite him here late in the run. Remember, when he had originally pit, he had pit from the lead. With Bronson Minnick Christian Russell are hunting him down,
Here we go.
making sure.
Ooh, Davis shut the door.
He got down to the bottom quickly there, but that 12 car is all over him. It's not if. I think he's going to get him this time. He
Yeah,
goes
he's
down to
got
the
it.
bottom.
Oh man, just cleared him perfect. Davis just said, "Yeah, but screw it. My tires are his tires are shot."
Dustin Davis. It's going to be interesting to see, though. And he's going to need, the interesting thing, too, is I don't think he can make it on, I don't know, he is not going to be able to make it on just a fuel-only stop here in his last pit stop. He is going to need tires. And how is that going to hurt him? And don't look now. The man we talked about, the only guy who we think has a chance, an absolute chance to stretch it, Brandon Nelson is working his way up in here. He is going to be, I don't think it's going to be long. He's going to get by Colton Yo for 4th. It is going to be interesting here. He's
Remember
coming.
Nelson was the last guy amongst the top 10 to pit, and look at the gap. He's already gone up to the 5th position, and now Davis falls back to 3rd now. You just saw the 61 of Russell make a pass, and no, this is not rigged, Christian. I guarantee you, neither of these races are rigged.
Christian Russell has not had a good start to the year. I think, I could be wrong, I think he's got Mark MHRE's only point, Mark Hamill Racing Enterprises. I think he's got their only point so far on the year. I don't remember if he does or not for sure. They only have like, I think 1 or 2 points, but not a good start to the year for that team. But I mean, you could argue it has been the night of teams that have struggled so far this year. EEL Racing doesn't have a lot of points to show for, neither does MHRE. Smith Motorsports had one good run at the Rolex Grand Prix, Brett Sierra. Stuart Grattan Motorsports hasn't had a good start to the year. Trans-Tasman Racing, I mean, it's been absolute calamity for them. So you got a bunch of guys here up in the front of the pack. You know, it's not even, you know, obviously winning is nice, but grabbing points is big too, especially if you've had a struggling start to the year.
Yeah, absolutely. The lead has gone up a little bit over the 61. Now look at that. Nelson just got 3rd away from Davis. Brandon
Nelson is coming here. Oh, because Dustin
Davis.
Davis.
Coming down the pit. That's Davis, yes. So this will be one more stop guaranteed for these drivers. And this will be interesting.
So we know, I think at this point, I don't think Brandon Nelson can make it then. Because there's no way if Dustin Davis is pitting on lap 60 to 75, there's just not a way he's going to be able, Brandon Nelson, to stretch it out that far. So Davis, he takes 4 tires, so he is going to be good at the end, and he's going to be fast. I mean, again, he's going to be the first guy back. He's going to be the first guy back out. The only thing, though, again, as we were saying earlier, when he pit the first time, he pit from the lead. He pit from that clean air.
Oh, look at that. Nelson losing. Could be losing a spot here to Alpha B. This is getting interesting.
Christopher Alphaby, a week or 10 days removed from a dominating Daytona 500 win, led over 20 laps in that calamity-filled race. Now, wouldn't it be something if Christopher Alphaby only scored 1 point in the first 2 races at the Rolex Grand Prix in New Smyrna, but he has turned his season around, won the 500, and has run strong tonight. And don't count him out yet. I mean, there's only...
Ooh. I think he put the bumper to him for a moment off of turn 2. Oh, that's tight. They nearly rubbed fenders.
Almost touching there up front for the in P3. And he's coming. He is definitely... Be careful now. I know there's only about 14 or so laps to go, but the gap here at the line as Alfie comes across the stripe, the gap from it's about 2.3 seconds. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Look
if
at that.
play it.
Look at the gap from 1st to 2nd as well. That 12 car Minnick has upped it big time over Russell. Russell, I think his tires are shot, or he's conserving them to the end. Could this be a strategy game play? But there's a lot of time left in this race, though, obviously.
There is, and anytime you throw strategy into the mix, anything's possible. Got another guy in the pits. It's Seidel. And let's see here. Let's scroll back through the field. So Casey Clifton has pit. Dustin Davis has pit. And Dustin Davis looks wicked fast here. He is a lap down, but obviously he's going to get that back once the cycle's back out. So we're going to see here. Seidel pits. keep monitoring the leaders. Over 2 seconds now is the gap for Bronson Minnick to Christian Russell. He's doing exactly what he needs to right now if you're the 12.
Look at the battle for third. Is that for fourth again? Yes, it is. And oh, that's a 4-car battle for fourth.
Oh!
Oh, he's got a problem.
Oh, Christopher Alphaby. Is he out of fuel?
He may be out of gas.
I don't know if he's blown up. Oh, if he can't make it back.
Where he's lost the tire. This could bring a yellow out and change everything. If he's gonna stop here.
Uh-oh.
Oh my!
I don't know if
Watch the light closely. Oh, he's gonna stop. This is gonna bring a yellow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my, and Bronson Minnick. Oh my goodness. He's blown up. Our leader has blown up. With under 10 laps to go, the leader is blown up. Alphaby brings down a yellow, and you are...
guys are coming in while pit road is closed.
Oh my... What has happened at the Nashville SuperSpeedway?
Everything. Oh my goodness. And now pit road is open. Oh, I don't know who's going to be the leader in the middle of the cycle. That just changed everything.
Well, and if you're Dustin Davis, the strategy did not work out because he can't get his lap back now, can he?
And we're going to have single file restarts here the rest of the way, so he's pretty much screwed. This is going to, I think this will help out Minnick, or not Minnick, Christian Russell have a chance. I think he's going to be the one to capture, not Brandon Nelson, but the strategy is now thrown out the window here, Matt.
That was not, I don't think... That was not the way. If a caution was going to come out late in the going, I don't think that was the way we thought that race would be altered there. But okay, so taking a look here, the 77 and the 70 are back on the lead lap. Russell is first out of the pits. So it's just as they came in. Russell, Nelson, Yo. Oh, Equan has him slid up a spot here. That's going to be something to watch out for. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. How do these guys sort back in with all these guys who pit as the yellow is coming out?
You know, if they stay out here, they're going to be, I think, on the tail end of the lead lap, so they'll restart in front of the leaders. But I'm not sure. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah, these guys here will be on the tail end. You know, we saw this in the Daytona 500 in the New Era Cup Series. We saw this at Martinsville in the New Era Cup Series. This restart's going to get interesting, folks.
No, this will be. We're just going to wait for them to cross. Before we jump to the restart here, we are just going to make sure, and we do want to make sure, you know, we send the right expectation here of who's going to be leading. We're pretty certain it's Christian Russell, as we just wait for them to cross over the line here, just so we make sure there's no surprises. Okay, so it is. All right. So, here's how it plays out. We get the restart. Christian Russell, Brandon Nelson, Equan has him, Dale Lightning, Colton Yo, Davey Johnson, Igor Barreto, Josh Williamson, Alexander Rowe, Fitzwater, Buck, Keegan Thompson. That's your top 12. We're going to get the restart. We're talking less than 5 laps to go here realistically when we come back to green, but it is going to be an interesting one here. Christopher Alphaby runs out of fuel, brings out the yellow. An entire change of events here at Nashville SuperSpeedway. We got a late race restart coming up here in the AutoZone Music City 400. So here we go for the restart. After one of the wildest turns of events, Christopher Alphaby running out of fuel, and then Bronson Minnick from the lead blowing up simultaneously. Remember, from the 77 back to the 98, these are not leaders. These are the tail end of the field, lap traffic here.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, Matt, but they're going to need an instant caution on lap 70, because if we take lap 71, this race is going to end under caution.
Yes, so, it is. It is. They're going to need a quick yellow, but here we go. Back up to speed. It's Russell, it's Nelson, it's Haslam. They're trying to get to the outside of the lap cars. Oh, this is going to get tight. Faden goes up to block. And it's going to be Nelson down to the inside. He's going to take it. He's got it coming off of turn 2.
What a perfect restart there for Nelson. Here comes Haslam, though, looking for the runner-up spot on the 61. Lightning up there in 4th position as well.
Oh, this race is not over yet. This race is not over. These lap cars are going to get in the way. It's Nelson, Haslam, Russell, all under a blanket, and if any of them screws up, there's two Holdens, Dale Lightning and Zachary Fitzwater, all waiting to pounce. Here they go. They race off into turn one. It's still Nelson out in front. Haslam, Russell's getting shuffled back.
They had to check up because of that 16. Shutting the door there, but Haslam didn't make the move underneath for the lead.
They are running out. Those guys in the back got shuffled out, much like the Daytona 500. A lot of guys getting shuffled out. Second race in a row. Lap traffic is going to have a major impact on how this race goes. But here goes Haslam. He's down at the bottom. He can't quite get there. Let's see if he gets there.
He's got the run here, though. He's going to get in one.
Oh, Haslam, he gets a big run, and Brett Sierra up top. Nelson just has nowhere to go. And Equan Haslam late in the going. Give him the lead. Is Nelson out of it yet? We're not sure. There's obviously a lot of lap cars to go, and there's still a couple laps. Ooh. Haslam gets the door shut on him by Zidell, which opens the door for Nelson to get right back in here. It is not over yet here. 3 laps to go at Nashville.
Nelson's not going to get a run here in turn one because Haslam had to commit all the way to the bottom line, and he checks up the low line once again. And they're 3 wide behind him for a position, not for third though.
Yeah, but here they go. They're going to get 2. They're going to get popsicles in the air when they get to the stripe. Nelson to the bottom. Haslam up top. Nelson's in his toe. Can't quite get there. He's going to size him up though. He's going to be in perfect spot for try for the lap.
Here. He's got the low line. Oh, he got it.
He got it, but Haslam, is he going to fight back on the outside? No, he's not. Give Nelson the lead. Haslam's going to slip right in behind him in the toe. Let's see here how this plays out. They're going to get the white flag at the stripe. It's Haslam. It's Nelson. Brett Sears right there, too.
That 77, though, gets to the inside of the 72. It's over. Nelson's going to get the win. Here we go. Final lap.
White flag in the air here. One more time around in the AutoZone 400. It's Nelson, it's Haslam. They are 1-2. Nelson gets the door shut on him by Dylan Wilson. Can't get the 97 out of his way. I think that's going to do it unless he slides up big time. Well, he was a mile away from victory at New Smyrna. Ran out of gas, but he's not going to do it tonight. Win number 1 of the season goes to Brandon Nelson and Stuart Grattan Motorsports. They win the AutoZone Music City 400.
That was a good race overall there, Matt. It changed entirely once we got the late race yellow and the story was out the window. You had to write a brand new one. Brandon Nelson gets it done. Congratulations to him. You know, I was in the booth for New Smyrna. Oh, so close. Lost it out to Angel Oliveira. And this time gets redemption.
No, he does. Gets a good win there. Good race for him, and he absolutely earned it. No question about it. May not have had the fastest car, but he went up there and took that away. Haslam second. Fitzwater finally gets in the points this year. Josh Williamson, P4. He's going to get a good jump on the points battle. And then it's Christian Russell, Colton Yo, Chase Buck finally gets a nice run. P7 for him. Igor Barreto, Ryan Durrani. And how about that? Robbie Noonan has finally hit the points this year. He gets his first point of the season in the top 10. Good run for him tonight. Didn't make a whole lot of noise, but was up there towards the end when it counted. Was able to score that extra point there, but take a look here. 22nd. Angel Oliveira somehow finishing that race, despite the fact his car was absolutely junked there at the end. The man can drive. Almost won the Daytona 500 with no rear end on his car. Had a good finish, 22nd here tonight. No points, but still impressive driving by him. Take a look down here through the rest of the field. See, Velocistar Racing, still the only team somehow this year that has not scored any points. Kind of incredible there, but take a look here. And Bronson Minnick blowing a clutch late in the going. Not the way he wanted it to end, but it's Brandon Nelson. Scores his first victory here in Nashville SuperSpeedway here. And like we were saying, you know, it was looking like it was going to be Dustin Davis's race. We were kind of wondering if Brandon Nelson might have been able to steal it without a caution, but the caution it played right exactly into his favor of where he needed to be on that restart.
Absolutely, and lap traffic really played a factor there and affected Haslam's momentum. I guess he's not going to be happy at 0 or 1 bit, but good to see Nelson win. You know, I thought he was going to be the favorite after the first round of pit stops if we went green at the end because of the fresher tires, but when that story got written out, and Nelson, luckily, is in the right place to be.
No, he took advantage of a late race restart there, and he absolutely earned it on him and Equan Haslam fought it out there at the end, but Brandon Nelson absolutely earned that victory here in the AutoZone Music City 400. He's going to get a good bunch of points there, be able to shove his way, not quite into championship contention yet, but he's going to get in there. He's going to get himself probably up into the top 12 or so in the points, but that is the AutoZone Music City 400 in the books next week, or not. So it's going to be, this race goes up on a Sunday, and then that coming Saturday, we're finally going to head overseas to the land of the rising sun, and we are going to be racing at Twin Ring Motegi this coming Saturday for the Acura 400. They're kind of similar tracks, but, you know, what are you looking for there when we hit Twin Ring this coming Saturday? First time ever in NOFSRL history we're going to be hitting that racetrack.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting one in Japan. I think they're going to be wanting to focus on that low line perfectly. I've done some races there in the IndyCar Oval series when I had it on my channel, and that's where the line was always.
It will be an interesting, historic making, well, I guess technically, be the first time we'll have Cup cars over there in the NOFSRL. It's been a long time, though, since any series has touched down there. It should definitely be a good one, but that is all for tonight. An absolute thriller here in the Music City. Brandon Nelson is your winner. From Marty Johnson, Matt Tuck, we thank you for tuning in tonight, and we will see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Cloud Light Production.